Morning, everyone. Okay, yesterday I was talking about the Palo Alto PANW breaking out. Was saying, hey, these things are starting to move again. I bought this, because, when I look back at this stock, I've watched it go up for so long. It's like, at some point you just got to get in. And so that was kind of the decision. The security stocks in general were looking pretty good. If you look at that sector index, the ETF hack, it breaks out as well. It was all on the back of Fortinet, which reported earnings and spiked higher. So, the whole group looks to move. Another good one is CUDA. I rode this. I didn't talk about it, but I rode this on the way up, took some profits. It's right back up there, testing that top. Doesn't have the volume. I suspect it'll pull back again and give you a buy if you want to get in. FireEye has kind of been the one people are watching. It's weaker than the rest of the group. So I'd probably stay with the stronger names. But they all look like they're trying to do something, trying to move. So that's a pretty good looking group. If we look over at the oil market, I was trying to short this. Let me grab the oil market. Hang on. Here we go. So, this thing is trying to roll over. And you got inventory numbers today. So I'm going to look for some sort of spike off the inventory numbers into the high, 2029, and see if we get it. If it just rolls over, well, it rolls over and I don't get it, and it comes back probably to test the bottom of this bar, 1893. So, it's one of those trades where, I kept poking at it, looking for something larger, missed a larger move yesterday, talked myself out of a good position. And sometimes that's the way it goes. If I look at it longer term, yeah, oil could break higher. It's going to be heck to get over this though. So 2029 on the USO. The more likely case is it's probably just going to, consolidate here in the large range. And if you want to play individual stocks in that group, you can. They definitely are moving. It's not like they aren't, and maybe I'll focus on some of those in coming shows. But I still think there's a huge oversupply of oil, and that is a reason to look on the short side, not only because of the fundamentals but also because of the technicals. Right, this thing is in a downtrend. At best it's going to go sideways, and that would still be a consolidation. The other trades I had talked about were gold stocks. Gold stocks are up here just trying to break out. They're on the cusp, so to speak. I like the setup. I like the individual stocks I'm in. Gold itself is hanging, so we'll give it some time, or I'll give it some time to see if it can work out. And if you want to be in that trade, it's not a bad place to be. Probably, the trade on this is the breakout. If it can get over it, it's going to come up to resistance. So that's the trade. If you want to wait on the more confirmed move, then wait until it gives you the breakout. Markets. Okay, so European markets down overnight. That pulls us down here. We're not down that much. Earnings haven't been bad. The bar was very low, and so they're kind of sitting there and doing their thing. You can see our little price points in here. We still haven't gotten out of this stuff. So last night yesterday we moved from the top resistance to the middle one. Got a spike up overnight and gave it all up, came down to the bottom one. And so, we're just wallowing around in this zone between these three resistance zones. You get past this one, and this is a big one, right? But if you get past this area, you kind of have this one last support area. That low is 2076 on the ESs. If you get past that, there's just not a lot to support it. So if I go over and grab the NDX chart, and I suspect it's going to show about the same thing. It's been a little stronger lately. Certainly yesterday it was stronger. You had IBB, you had the SOX, and you had not the internet, but the other group we were just looking at, the security stocks. So last night it gets whacked. Let's pull this back a little bit farther, and the support zone is down in here. So you know, this is the one you know, for me, this is the one I would watch coming back into support to see how it behaves. That support zone is right there at the top. That is 43.90, got as low as 43.98 last night. And the zone now is about there. And then you got another one below it. So if you get past this one, the one below it is 43.63. Now, this is quote unquote the breakdown bar last night. If you get back over that, well then, you know, all bets are off. You can go higher. So, you know, I would look at that area as the key area. And again, it's 44.38 on the daily. So, and we got as high as 44.37. Got right to it, got whacked down. Okay, that's what it looks like. I'll be around, and I'll see you later.